If you missed this episode, you might miss the next 888% move, just like Colette yesterday. Right now, Solana Microcaps, ICM plays and AI memes are bouncing insanely hard, and I found 19 of the most high-risk, high-reward charts in the entire market. Some of these tiny caps could literally 50x overnight on Hyperliquid, on Solana, and most traders still have no idea about them. I'm going to walk you through every one of them, and the last few charts could change your life and this entire cycle for you. Do me a favor, press that like button, let's get on to it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting with no one other than my friend Colette. So Colette absolutely exploded and it went to 80 million market cap, and we were trading it here right here at 8 million market cap. You could have gotten a 10x on Colette, but from our entry that was actually an 800% trade, which is not bad, and there's plenty more like Colette coming. I think a good entry on Colette is obviously 40 million market cap because it's a touch of the previous highs. So please don't just come here and FOMO buy. Very smart. They did internet capital markets. They rebranded themselves. So let's take a look at other coins like this that are looking to rebrand to ICM, because ICM is still the main narrative right now. Take a look at this post I made. Very important. Follow me on X. Good traders know when to buy. Great traders know when not to. This is very important. And if you're not seeing strength, if the narrative isn't clean, if the chart isn't saying now, wait, because patience is also position. And I think many of you need this advice. Now let's get on to another one called Omni. Omni was also called on the show here at 1.5 million. The trend line broke, but that's good because Omni is also in this ICM type trade. It could be the next Colette. I'm hoping I can actually grab this thing with size here closer to this 1 million market cap zone. Let's see what happens. If it breaks, I'm gonna sell, but I think closer to this 1 million market cap zone is where we should be accumulating this right here. 1.5, 1 million market cap. That's where you want Axiom. There's a link down below, and leave your limit orders and wait for them to get hit. Omni looks very good, and I think it could pull something like a Colette. Then we have Launchcoin. Now Launchcoin hasn't given me my perfect entry yet, so it hasn't even touched 145 million, and it's just looking way too good. And so what I'm waiting for now is for a retouch of this trend line here at 200 million market cap, and if it comes to 200 million market cap, then I'll grab some Launchcoin. But the thing is, even if I don't get an entry on the main runner, that's okay, because Colette pulled a 10x out of nothing, and there's going to be other coins doing 50x's, etc. So you don't actually need the main runner, you just need to pay attention to this narrative, the ICM narrative. Now on to the next, Housecoin. Housecoin is also doing very good. I told you guys the place to bid was between this accumulation range, not here when it went below, but we saw a strong reclaim, and I think it's a good buy here also at 42 million market cap, and you could probably get it to X from 42 to 86. I think this would be like a good 2x type trade here on Housecoin. Then we have Useless. I'm still waiting for Useless to go a little bit deeper, pull into that 14.23 million market cap zone. Look where I demarcated from on the previous show. I think it's looking good, to be honest, and it's probably a good sell at 40 million market cap, so you could get something like a 3x on Useless. But yeah, it's still basically going in this accumulation range, in this bullish fair value gap, and I think we can still get a second touch, maybe a higher low. So I would stack limit orders at 15 and also all the way down to 14.2 when it comes to Useless. Then we have Titcoin. Now Titcoin, I had to put my fibs again because I told you guys, look, this blue line right here at 33, 32, I told you guys this is where you buy. And then when it started moving up, I said it's still a good buy. So it basically, Titcoin retraced all the way back to the previous highs. So previous highs are usually bullish fair value gap. That's where you enter. That's where you have major resistance previously that then turns into support. If it does, that's bullish. That means there's continuation, there's strength, there's enthusiasm. And so how high can Titcoin go from this 50 million market cap range? I think Titcoin can go to 158 because this is the 1.6 fib extension, and the 237 million market cap range because it's a 2.6 fib line. Now I'm not going to wait and sell on the 4 fib extension, but look, this is how you look at Titcoin. Okay, let's resume things and make it simple. Wave 1, everything we've seen so far was wave 1 and 2, bam, and now wave 3 is going to go either to 158 probably or 237. That's what I'm betting on when it comes to Titcoin. Don't expect this thing to happen within a week. It could take a month or two to happen, and it could also get invalidated, but I think the likelihood of that happening is not that high. Then we have Labo from yesterday. I'm still waiting for it to go lower, that 5.6 to that 4.64 million market cap range. So it hasn't hit there yet, so I'm not in. My limit orders need to get hit. SSC was another banger trade. I didn't sell here between 13 or 10. This is just resistance. The resistance didn't get broken the last time, but this time the resistance on SSC actually got broken, and we're now going to go into, I think 20 million might be the next resistance because it's a continuation of this previous look. Resistance here, and it might see some resistance at 20 million. But right now I think SSC could pull something also like a Colette. So I'm kind of scared, honestly. When it reaches 20 million market cap, I'm kind of scared to sell. But here, guys, you had another 3x basically. When it reaches to 20 million, that's a 3x. So depending on the day, when it reaches 20 million, I'll decide if I sell or not. Still undecided, but I do think SSC can come, according to my fibs, to 52 million market cap, which would be a great and amazing trade. Something like an 8 to 7x. Not bad. Now, my friends, if you are serious about catching these explosive 15x, 10x plays, like Colette, like Troll, like House, etc., you need to stop trading blind and start trading smart. So I'm using Axiom for every sniper entry and limit sell. And if I wasn't, I would be missing every single bounce because many many of them hit the lows and hit my limit orders while I sleep. So Axiom gives me instant execution while I'm tracking. It gives me also the best limit order system in the entire game for trading on chain. Most of these trades only hit price for, you know, a couple seconds, sometimes 50 seconds, sometimes just 1 second. And the only way to catch these is with these preset levels. So you can basically join using the link under this video or pinned in the comments. And the deal is my private alpha group is going to be opening very soon, but it's only for traders using Axiom with my link. So you don't just sign up, you trade, and that's how you build the strongest on-chain meme AI ICM trading community in the entire world. The spots will be limited, so lock in yours right now. Now continuing with our 19 chart squeeze is still on the way, still bullish, okay, bullish day again, still at 10 million market cap. We had this perfect entry. I mean, I do think it's still probably a good buy, but you're not going to get the perfect execution we got here at 5 million, so up on a double. And I'm still waiting for 30 to 25, so I can get my 10x. Could be a 10x trade with perfect execution. Then we have Troll. Troll regained the levels. I think Troll is a good buy now. Honestly, it was looking scary here because it went a little bit below our previous bullish fair value gap, but now it reclaimed. It got a retouch, and now this will be resistance, probably accumulates here a little bit more. If it comes above 13 million, that's very bullish. And then if it does a retouch, it's also a good accumulation. So what we want to do is, I think it's a good buy here. Stack some limit orders a little bit below just in case it retouches 11 million. If this thing gets broken, don't FOMO buy. Wait for a retouch here. Bam, accumulate some more, because this is basically that retouch will be just confirmation that Troll is ready to go much higher. And then where does Troll go? I mean, I think it's quite obvious. Like from here, I think it can come and reclaim all-time highs. But just looking at pure TA, an obvious sell place is 33 million market cap. So you can basically triple your money on like a million liquidity pool. So you can put in, you know, a little bit more size to get that 3x. Now, this is very important, okay? I wrote this the other day. Look for structure. Solid charts speak clearly. A good entry isn't just about sniping the dip. It's about entering when your risk is low and the upside is meaningful. And that means beating key levels, not chasing pumps. And that means buying conviction, not emotion. So now let's look at Troll. I was speaking about structure. Look, this was the bottom. As soon as the bottom got broke, you should have like exited here because the structure got broke. And then you should have reevaluated like I did here. Okay, new lows. Bam. The thing though why I didn't chart this is because me and my channel, we've been in Troll since like 3 million market cap. So I wasn't too worried about it. But yeah, structure is very important. You need to have the structure set up. If it gets broken, always sell. Don't be emotional. Now moving on to also another one that we've been riding for a while, which is ARK. ARK is still looking bullish. Look, making higher and higher lows. I think it's going to go to 151 million. That's what I'm looking to exit. Between 151 million, probably sell 80% of my bag, and then also at 244 million. So basically like a 2.5x average, maybe a little bit more, depending on how bullish it is. Also an AI play, and maybe they can rebrand to ICM like Colette did, but it's also still looking good. My trade is invalidated if it basically breaks below this 29.89 million market cap range. Then we have PIP. PIP is my 17x play on Hyperliquid. I'm still waiting. Nothing has happened. Higher and higher lows. Look, higher lows, and I'm waiting to sell close to a new all-time high on PIP. So yeah, when it comes to my Hyperliquid plays, I'm holding them spot and I'm doing nothing, not trading with leverage or anything, because you don't need leverage. All you need is a meme coin, because meme coins are leverage. Now back to ICM. Many of you guys are like, what about ICM? Okay. Chill guys. It was a good trade. You should have taken profits, okay? It was literally a 10x in one day. And now look, major support that held and got touched 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. I think it's a good buy at 4 million. It was an even better buy at 2 million market cap. I demarcated this bottom, I think a few days ago. It's going to encounter some resistance at 8.7. This for the people that entered at 2 is a good take profit zone where you should take a little bit of profits, but leave a moon bag for new all-time highs. And you'll basically be getting almost 10x again on ICM. Then we have Lore. Look, Lore is one of those charts that could 100% pull a Colette. It's just out of nowhere that this thing can go like nuclear. And if I'm start seeing this thing move, I'm probably not even going to sell 10 million. Let me put my fib lines on Colette. A good target on Colette is 7.54. And the top of the fib says this thing can go to 17.50 million market cap. But yeah, I think between probably something like 11 and 7 is a good place to take your profits, and then leave a moon back just in case this thing decides to go to 20 million market cap, which can also happen. But those are the levels I'm eyeing on something like Lore here. I think Lore can pull something like a Colette. Then we have AI agent, AAA. Still, look, it exploded but didn't reach my level, so I didn't sell. But basically we were buying here lower, and I thought this thing could go to 2 million market cap. It's still my level because it was the close of this candle. So this is the bearish fair value gap. We had 2 candles close here, so major resistance. And at this bearish fair value gap, that's where I'm looking to exit. Now this trade isn't doing very well for me. I'm basically also round tripped a bunch of money, but I'm still waiting. I still think this thing can pump, especially with this new meta, which is a mix of like ICM with AI agents. It's like everything mixed in a way. Then we have this brand new called Cycle. I think this is like a DeFi Ponzi, very scary. Wouldn't recommend you guys trade this, but I'm looking to enter at 2.56 for a quick scalp, like something like this, bang, bang, and then I'm out, okay? Get it to X and then exit, like a V-shaped recovery type trade. These are the bullish fair value gaps right here, previous resistance right here, previous resistance. And so yeah, I think these support lines will get broken. One has been broken, the second will, I think. Then it's going to go into that bullish fair value gap, which was previous resistance. And yeah, that's what I'm looking to trade right now, but very risky. Okay, this thing is like about burning supply of pump swap fees, something like that. Then we have this one called prompt. Now prompt is exploding, and I didn't have any time. I should have actually started with this one because I didn't have any time to tell you guys. But yeah, this was like the entry, this here, the retouch. Now a new entry you can get is something like 3 million, and also between 2.43. I think this is the best place to accumulate right now, maybe between 3 and 2.43. This is also, I think, an ICM play mixed with AI, and it's looking quite good, and I think it could be the next big runner. Another one, there was another 10x play, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Okay, right here between 200 and 150. This is basically a 10x explosion. We got a 10x here on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I've taken profits here. This is a good place to take profits, and just leave a moon back just in case this thing goes nuclear. But yeah, if you're looking for an entry on this one, now I need to update my entries, like the previous all-time high, which is 1.36, right between 1.36 and 1.53. I think this is the place where you start accumulating 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 if it comes back here again. And then we have GLMPS. GLMPS was a call I made on X, and on X I didn't get the perfect entry. Like my entry was around, I think, 3 million, and it basically went a little bit below, like 50% below, and it just came back, bounced again. Look, this is looking like SAC, like Colette, got a 3 touch. If you don't have any GLMPS, wait for it to come a little bit lower, close to this trend line. So the trend line is like 1.96 million, maybe between 1.96 and 2.5. Leave limit orders, they're stacked on Axiom. This would probably be a good place to accumulate GLMPS, but yeah, I'm still holding, and I think the levels are 15 and 17 according to my fib line extensions. There's going to be some major resistance at 7.57 million market cap, which was the previous high. So yeah, previous high, major resistance there. But yeah, when it comes to all-time highs, I think between 15 and 17, that's where I'm looking to exit my GLMPS, which is very interesting. It's also an ICM play mixed with AI, mixed with social fi. And yeah, these were the 19 charts for today, and that's it. What a time to be active on these trenches. I mean, this Bitcoin dip gave us exactly what we've been waiting for: clean, high risk, high reward entries across the entire board. If you were watching closely, you now have positioning that could 10x when things bounce. Stay sharp, stay patient, and make sure to catch tomorrow's episode, where we're going even deeper with fresh setups and the next wave of coins that you don't want to miss. See you then.